Hello my Wolfpack and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Competitive Guide video. So today we're covering Heatmor. Heatmor is a very cool Pokemon, base 105 special attack, so that's very high. Base 97 in its attack, which is pretty good. Base 85 in HP, meaning that it can let some hits. Its base 66 in defenses are a little bit lackluster, but as I said, with the 85 HP it kind of can live some hits. And then it's base 65 on speed, so it can be working quite effectively against those base 60s. So there are lots and lots and lots of base 60 speed Pokemon. Or you could even run it with a minus speed nature with 0 IVs, meaning that you could run it in a trick room scenario very effectively as well, just as long as there's not things like Rhyperior around. This is an update video, so there is a previous video from before the Isle of Armor update. If you want to go and check that out, there is a card up in the corner. It just covers a few different sets that I have not covered in this video. So today, we are going to go on with Heatmor. I've not really used Heatmor competitively very many times, but I think it definitely has got some capabilities. So first of all, I've gone for a Choice Spec set. Choice Spec's increasing up that special attack stat by 1.5 times, meaning that you are going to get a lot of damage off. Flash Fire is the ability, which means that if you're hit by a Fire-type attack, you're immune, so you're not taking any damage, and also it makes your Fire-type attacks 1.5 times the damage, I want to say, but I'm just going to double check that. 1.5 times damage, so your Flamethrower, which is already boosted by Stab, is going to do a heck of a lot of damage to Pokemon, unless they're like resisting or quad resisting. So move-wise, as I said, we've got Flamethrower, which with the Flash Fire, if you get that set up, is going to do a lot of damage. We've also got Scorching Sands. Now, Scorching Sands basically being the new version of Scald. I really love Scorching Sands. I think it's actually a fantastic move. It does so much damage to a lot of different Pokemon, and it also has the 30% chance to burn, which, again, really, really handy to have. You've got Giga Drain, which is a powerful Grass-type attack, and really good because it can hit Water types, Rock types, and Ground types with super effective damage. 3 types that you are very weak to that will be super effective against you. And then finally, Focus Blast, just for a bit more coverage. It hits a few more different Pokemon. Sorry, I got a hiccup there. EV's gone for max HP and max special attack with a modest nature, so more special attack and less attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. So honestly, I think that this is one of the best sets you could have for Heatmor. If you don't want to go for the choice specs and you're a little bit concerned about being locked into a move, you probably could put a Life Orb on instead, but that is up to you. Moving on to our second set, I have gone for more of a supportive set here, more of a defensive version of this set. So we've got Leftovers, allowing for you to heal yourself up every turn because you are going to be taking some hits with this set. And then I went for White Smoke as the ability, so your stats can't be lowered. Now, if something's trying to run like Fake Tears or Screech or something, or Intimidate, for example, that's not going to happen. That's not going to cause any issue for you. You could always do Gluttony Berry on here if you want to, or even Flash Fire. There are any of those are a good option for this, but I thought we'll show off White Smoke because that could actually make a difference as well. On here we have Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp allows you to burn the opposing Pokemon, and if they're a physical Pokemon, it halves their attack power, so that makes them a lot less scary than they originally were, unless they're a Guts Pokemon, so do make sure you do know what Pokemon get Guts. So for example, things like Conkeldurr, you've got Luxray, you've got... I know you've got Flareon, but Flareon doesn't really matter because it can't be burnt. But yeah, you've got a few Pokemon that have Guts as their ability. Swellow as well, but I don't know if Swellow's available. I don't know. But yeah, Swellow is something as well that can be a concern. We've got Taunts to stop things from setting up, including things like Stealth Rocks or recovering as well. Could be a problem, especially if you're racking up damage with like a Toxic, or like if you're running Toxic Spikes on some different Pokemon. The Taunt can stop them from recovering up, especially if it's things like Melodic. Obviously, Melodic against the Heatmor isn't going to be the best combination, but that's just an example. Then we have Knockoff. Knockoff to get rid of any items, because, let's face it, Pokemon are a lot less scary without their items. So things like Galarian Corsola, if you knock it off, get rid of that item, it becomes a lot less scary. It becomes a lot less of a problem. And then we've got Fire Lash, which is a powerful Fire-type attack. It hits a variety of different Pokemon. It's boosted by Stab, so that's why it's on there. EVs, there are a couple of ways of running this. So you could go max HP and max special defense with a careful nature, so more special defense, less special attack, and 4 EVs in attack. This would allow for you to be able to be more tanky on both sides. Or you could go for the max HP, max defense with a Impish nature. Yep, Impish nature, so more defense and less special attack. And this would allow for you just to be generally more on the defensive side of things. Okay, moving on to our third set. Our third set is, I've actually gone for a berry with our belch, which is really interesting. This definitely works as a Dynamax set as well, but you can run this as just a generic set also. So on here we've got belch. Now belch means that you do 120 damage, it's got 90% accuracy, but you have to eat a berry before you use it. And the idea here is gluttony, means that we get our berries at 50% rather than 25%, so the Salac berry will then activate, increasing up our speed. You don't have to go Salac, you could go for a Patea berry, or you could even go like citrus berry or wiki berry or any of those kind of berries. I'm not sure wiki berry works, but I can't remember their effects on it's either wiki or figgy. One of those two will definitely work for you. So once that's activated, you can use Belch. If you're Dynamaxing, you can use Belch as Max Ooze to increase up your special attack stat, which again could work very nicely for you. And then you got Burning Jealousy, powerful fire type move, boosted by Stab, and also has a chance to burn Pokemon that have been raising up their stats. So, for example, if you had a Pokemon that was Swords Dancing, let's just try to think of a Pokemon that Swords Dance. Maybe a Horlucha, for example, it's gone for Swords Dance on you. You go for the Burning Jealousy, and then you burn it, basically nullifying that Swords Dance. So that can be really effective to use on different Pokemon. And also, if you use it as Dynamax, it'll go to Max Flare and set up the Sun for you, doing a little bit more damage for your fire, and reducing the amount of damage for the water-type moves. Then we've got Scorching Sands. As I said, Scorching Sands is just really good. It covers a lot of your weaknesses. It covers one of your weaknesses, covers rocks, but it also covers fire-type Pokemon. It also covers Steel-type Pokemon, so it can be really handy, and also has the chance to burn them. And when Dynamax, it will turn to Max Quake, increasing up your special defense stats. And then finally, Giga Drain, just because, as I said, Giga Drain's a really good coverage move, and once you've got down to that Gluttony where you've activated your berry, you can then just start healing up with Giga Drain, because that will allow for you to get that plus in your stats, whether it's the plus in your special attack, the healing yourself up, or the plus in your speed. It just depends on what you're going for. EVs go for max HP and max special attack with a modest nature, so more special attack, less attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. Now, I'd recommend going for more the Patea berry route if you're going to do that, or the healing route. But if you're going to go for the Salac berry, possibly go for the max special attack and max speed. That could work quite nicely for you, probably with the timid nature instead of the modest. And finally, we have gone for a physical set. Now, base 97 attack is actually still pretty nice, and if you can get a couple of raises in that, it can work very nicely too. We've got the Lychee Berry with the Gluttony here, so Lychee Berry would activate at 50% health, increasing up your attack stat. You can go with the exact same strategy you did before, obviously just without the Belch scenario. You could also go for Flash Fire or White Smoke here. All three of them are viable abilities. So when you Drain Punch, you are going to activate Max Knuckle when you're Dynamax, increasing up your attack stats. Flare Blitz will set up the Sun, which can allow for that Flare Blitz to do more damage and Water damage to do less to you. Stomping Tantrum, which is a powerful ground type attack, again, boosting up your special defense through Max Quake. And finally, I've gone for Body Slam. That allows for you to get paralysis on different Pokemon, and it can also lower the speed of the opposing Pokemon using Max Strike if you need to. But I think definitely having the paralysis can be really handy in some scenarios, especially with Heatmor being quite a slow Pokemon. If you can half their speed, it will make a huge difference to them. EVs come from max HP and max attack with an adamant nature, some more attack, less special attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. As I said, I think Heatmor is absolutely fantastic. I think it's very much underrated, and I think it should eventually get its day in the spotlight. But that is all for today, so I hope you enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here, so have a good one, and I'll see you soon.